Hello and welcome back to Polydom. Today we're going to be taking a look at how to select the correct outfit for your submissive or slave. Now, when selecting the perfect outfit, there are factors that you should take into consideration, such as the functionality of the outfit, the temperature control of the individual, and of course, good old-fashioned public decency. So let's go. So let's look at functionality. Now, there are many amazing and beautiful outfits that you can wear that are great for playtime and look great on, but not all of them serve a good purpose for function. If you're getting your slave to do domesticated chores or garden work, it's not really going to suit that purpose. And if you're going out to events where there's going to be a lot of different floor surfaces, then stuff like heels, probably not the safest thing you could put your submissive or slave in. So how do you balance that level between what is really amazing to look at and what is going to actually serve the purpose for when they're doing actual activities? Well, you need to find a good balance, because if you tend to go too far the other way, then they just start looking like hired help. And that's not quite what you're hoping for. So what you probably want to do is focus on the main bodice of the person. Having something elaborate, decorative and beautiful that's sort of in the swimsuit area is going to look amazing, and it also allows for all your extremities to be able to still serve the purpose of cleaning, tasks, going places, and it actually is easier to hide underneath pieces of clothing. So if you are going out a lot and it's not always the easiest thing to be able to wear out, you can wear it under other clothes to get to events or functions. It's also good to pair it with things that can go just on the wrists or the ankles or even a collar, because those are easily moving around and they can be clipped to things. It can base for play and also for when you're cleaning. So they actually have dual purpose, and the cuffs and the collar serve the purpose of uniting many different outfits together if you do have different outfits for different purposes. This will be more specifically illustrated if you have a slave that does a lot of cleaning duties, but then if they're trying to also be for dollification as part of your play, they're very different outfit sets. So you might want something that can unify all of the outfits that you might select for your submissive or slave together using those cuffs and collars. As for the footwear, this is another area where function does come into it as being important. Having something like a beautiful heel, really lovely, but not great when you're trying to move around and can be a bit dangerous. Having something like knee-high PVC or leather boots with flat footed shoe is always a very good way to keep them safe, and it can still be beautiful and very sexy to be able to wear those sorts. If you've got a male slave or submissive, some of the best options can be camo boots or motorcycle boots, because they have that leather look to them as well and can come in black and can still look really amazing whilst serving function of being appropriate on most surfaces. So that's how you can sort of incorporate function into your perfect outfit. Next is temperature control. Some outfits might seem like a good idea to keep your submissive or slave completely covered at all times, but as you can see, not only does it restrict movement, but some of them can become extremely overheating. Now, temperature is something that you should take into consideration, especially if you are getting your submissive or slave to do a lot of domesticated work or outdoor work. These sorts of things, such as latex and leather, amazing materials, looks fantastic. However, they don't allow the skin to breathe very much and can become easily overheated, and people can become very easily dehydrated. So I would say either restrict the time limits in which you keep your submissive or slave in outfits that are fully covering, provide lots of water, or have it only be for playtime. That way you can make sure that your submissive and slave are properly taken care of. You do not want any of them collapsing from exhaustion or heat stroke whilst under your care and in your service. They may not come back. So it's very important to make sure that you also have that responsibility to take care of the temperature control when selecting an outfit. Making sure that the arms and legs can be exposed at all times and that there is some ability to breathe properly from the face is probably your best bet when selecting the outfit. So keep that in mind when designing. And of course, public decency. Now, even though you might be comfortable with yourself and with your fetishes, as most of us try to be as much as we can, unfortunately, even in the fetish community, it comes down to consent. Consent for play or consent for viewing. And this extends out to the general public. Not everybody in the world has consented to viewing you in this particular state or wish to participate in those sorts of activities. Which means when you are going out into the world and interacting and exposing yourself to the general public, there has to be a level of consideration when putting your attire on. But there are some really amazing ways that you can still dress fetish and have fetish elements in your outfit that do not impact the public because they are either more concealed, integrated, or hidden. Things such as a body harness, whether it's made out of leather straps, rope or chain, can be attached tightly to the body, can create a good shape and frame, and can be hidden underneath clothing. You can also attach little ownership tags if you belong to a mistress or master to these body harnesses, so you are always wearing your appropriate ownership tags. So that is one where you can hide it beneath the clothing. Another one to integrate into the body's outfit would be probably if you wore something like stockings. Full body stockings underneath the clothes or half stockings can also be done as part of an integration of the outfit. If you want to actually have something a little bit more on the visual side, things such as corsets can always be a more publicly acceptable way to display your fetish without it impacting the people around you. However, there are many other options that you can always use that help to do that. You can even use rope underneath clothing, chastity devices under clothing. Heck, even if you're a bit more hardcore, nipple clamps can be very well concealed underneath clothing and still adhere to public decency. If you are feeling particularly adventurous, things such as your butt plugs or even possibly not vibrating tools because of the fact that can tend to emit a sound, but you can wear things such as shock collar rings and stuff if you feel that you need that little bit of control over your submissive or slave when in a public space. However, remember, even though you might have your outfit now sorted, still remember to have that consideration that certain activities need to be done in appropriate places. And that was how to select the perfect outfit for your slave or submissive. I hope that these tips helped for you to create the perfect ensemble for your slave or submissive to wear, whether it's out to public events or to do domesticated chores around the house and for playtime. I hope that you enjoyed this video and I hope that you will like and subscribe. And I will see you next time on Polydom. Bye!